So, what's the one key takeaway that you want the professionals to retain from reading Head Start that will benefit in their career progression?
The book has a meta framework of what we call be your best self at work. And
Okay.
then we sort of really expand being your best self at work into 6 sections that you just mentioned, which is, how do you be an avid learner? How do you be a team player? How do you be a boss magnet, which is managing up? How do you make career transitions? How do you be a go-getter? And finally, how do you play long term, right? Because that's what a career is all about. But I think the key piece is around understanding value, right? The common thread across all of these sections is in any business you're in, whether you're in healthcare, which is perhaps, a lot of the folks who are going to be listening to this come from the industry that we are in, or in any other business, right? Your ability to understand value, understand how value gets delivered, and what's your role in that process is super important. It took me a long time figuring out, how am I adding to the commercial context? How am I adding to the whole value stream of the company, right? And you could be in a direct role, which is generating revenue, or you could be in some enabling role as well. But your ability to understand that is super important, because if you do, then you can join the dots. Even when we talk about things like managing the boss, we're not giving people tricks and tips to suck up to people or, massage their ego. What we're really talking about is, hey, you know what? Your boss has an agenda. Your boss has an agenda to
Right.
deliver enterprise value. So if you can figure that out and actually be a partner with him or her and help them deliver the value that they have a mandate for, of course, you would be in their close circle, and they would want to take you along as they build their journeys. So really, the ability of a young professional to understand how value gets delivered within their organization, what's the commercial context, and the role that they play in making that happen I think, is a big lever, and it's almost like a consistent thread across your career, right? It takes time.
Yeah.
It's not intuitive. It's not something that just appears and you figure it out one day. You got to be at it. And that's a question you always ought to be asking. And with time, more clarity keeps emerging. But you got to start if you haven't already.
Great.